Ole, 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 ole. Diego. Diego. Okay, look. I did you guys a great service and disservice last week. I didn't post a video last week. Sorry about that. But it's probably for the better. You want to know why it's probably for the better? Because I lost all my goddamn money because of Gilbert Burns. I didn't have him to win the fight. I had him plus 5.5. If Gilbert Burns could have went out there and won me one round on all three judges' scorecards, he could have lost 49-46 unanimously. I would have cashed $700. And he went out there and got absolutely dominated. Embarrassed. Took his gloves off. I thought he was going to sit him down. And I was, in the moment, I was like, he's making the right decision. He didn't sit his gloves down. And in this moment, I'm thinking, he should have sat his gloves down. I'm serious. But that's enough of that. You guys read the title. I think Diego Lopes might be cooked. I think Diego Lopes might be cooked. One of my favorite fighters in the UFC. If you know the fighters list, if you follow me on TikTok, you know Diego Lopes is around 6 or 7 on the fighters list. I love me some Diego Lopes. But I think he's cooked. I think this is and originally I had a Diego Lopes fight. Diego Lopes versus Brian Ortega in the original fight, UFC International Fight Week 2024. I had Diego Lopes winning. Well, I'm kind of glad that fight got canceled because I would have bet Diego Lopes and I would have lost. Probably would have lost my money. This is a big step up in competition. And when you're looking at Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopes right now as we speak, Diego Lopes is a guy who slows down over the course of a fight, and Brian Ortega is a guy who builds and gets better over the course of a fight. Diego Lopes is a guy who's going to come forward, he's going to pressure you, he's probably going to beat the shit out of Brian Ortega in that first round. Maybe a little bit into that second round, but he will gas. And in that second round, the fight's just going to be getting started for Brian Ortega. I think that's bad news for Diego Lopes. Brian Ortega's going to be in his face. He has very, very, very underrated boxing. And Diego Lopes has zero head movement. Everything he throws is telegraphed. Lucky for him, he has the speed and the power to make up for it. But unless he puts Brian Ortega out, which people act like he can't, he can. But if he doesn't put Brian Ortega out in that first round, Diego Lopes is probably cooked. Brian Ortega's probably going to get in his face. He's probably going to beat him up in the boxing. Come the mid-second round to the third round. Because Diego Lopes only knows one pace, and that's go, 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 full pace. Brian Ortega's probably going to get in his face, like I said. He's going to pressure him. He's going to sting him up with the boxing. He's going to work in the clinch. He's probably going to get Diego Lopes down to the ground. Now, I'm not saying he's going to sub Diego Lopes. He can if he's on top. But Diego Lopes, he's not going to be urgent to get up. He's going to be playing the jiu-jitsu game. And in that, Brian Ortega is going to be on top. And you're not going to submit Brian Ortega. Man, I really like Diego Lopes. I think Diego Lopes can go out there in the first round, beat the shit out of Brian Ortega. If Diego Lopes doesn't finish Brian Ortega early, he's probably cooked. And that sucks to say. But he's probably cooked. That hurts. That hurts to say. But this is a huge jump up in competition. Dan Ige laid out the blueprint on how to beat Diego Lopes. And Dan Ige kind of exposed that Diego Lopes is not a 5-round fighter. Yet, he's very young in his career. He still has a lot of time. But he proved that Diego Lopes is not. Diego Lopes, he's just an early fighter. And as the rounds go on, he becomes more and more an average. Which is okay. This loss, because I think he's going to lose. This loss will be great for his career because it's going to show him what he needs to work on and how he needs to better perfect what he does to be a real championship contender, because he's not there yet. This is huge from Dan Ige. Huge. Movsar Evloev also laid out the blueprint on how to beat Brian Ortega. On how to beat Diego Lopes. I think Brian Ortega can execute that to a T. So, Diego Lopes, he's probably cooked. Will I bet Brian Ortega? Probably not, because I want Diego to win. Will I bet Brian plus 3.5? Maybe. Let's go in this one. This is a short one. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get up out of here.